Good day, everybody. Today we are in Rotterdam, and I wanted to talk to you about some of the electric car rental services that you have here and some patterns that I've noticed in the city. So let me show you. You have a number of companies, for example Sixt and also My Wheels. We've been buying a lot of not completely new electric cars in the city and renting it out for like a day, shared cars basically. So I will explain why that is so attractive for these companies and why they are sort of pushing up the prices, because it's so the prices for these companies are so incredibly low that these cars will not find their way yet to the private car markets, as it's more a company thing basically. So I will take my old-fashioned Dutch bike for a ride and show you some more examples of it. So here is another example of a company. It's called Green Wheels, which is basically like a corporate department of the NS, the Dutch Railways. You can see it's right there. It's their little logo, but then in green. And this is an e-Golf and a Seat Me Electric. And they are both attached to the public charging infrastructure. And they are both charged completely full. The charger is not active, it's just locked in there until you rent the car, which you can unlock with your OV, your public transport chip card right over there. That's a great system, but the fact is that this e-Golf has been here almost every day that I pass this location. It's rarely been rented, and that's just a pity, I think. And it should find a way to get used more regularly and more effectively, because this is just a way of basically greenwashing, if you ask me. So we're home now, and about the taxes, a couple of things. Basically in the Dutch system, the road tax, the advantage for electric vehicles is threefold. You don't have to pay any registration costs for getting it on the road, no motor vehicle tax. Also there's a subsidy for companies or private persons who purchase a car and own it for at least 2 years. And then there's also like a reduction for parking a shared car. So that is for these companies like Sixt and My Wheels and Green Wheels. This is really in their favor. So I will show you a bit on the internet now how that looks like and how you can book that. So here about the booking the shared cars. This is the platform called My Wheels, and I found a Renault Zoe, as I showed you before in the video. This Zoe costs $3.50 to rent per hour, so you can click rent. Let me set it to English, by the way, more convenient for you guys. The case is that next week I have to work in Belgium for 3 nights, so I would book it on the Wednesday, and then I would start driving probably at 1 p.m. and I would return Saturday night, and I'll probably arrive like in the morning. So I will finish working Friday really late, so then I return. Okay, so then let's see how much that would cost. So they will give us like a They will give us a slight discount for booking it for more days. Let's see how many kilometers I need and get it like a real price. So we're going from Rotterdam. Let's just say the city. And then let's make a route. And then we go to Antwerp. And then we also have to go to Ghent the next day. Or thereabouts. And then we have to come back. Rotterdam again. Right, so this equals to 315 kilometers, and probably I will do a little bit more city driving, so let's say 330. Let's go back to my wheels, so that will add up to renting it for 165, thereabouts. Okay, so let's look. This is, in my opinion, quite fair, but that would be for a fossil car. What I don't find very fair about this platform is that you can book either electric cars or gasoline or dinosaur juiced fueled cars, but they charge you still 30 cents per driven kilometer. That is really a lot, because the electricity that you consume will be, worst case scenario, about 10 cents per kilometer, usually even less. Sometimes you would even get 6 if the electricity is just like 25 cents per kilowatt hour. So let's take a look what happens if I try to book a regular car, gasoline fueled. Let's see if we have one here. This is also a Zoe. This is a Ford Focus. It's a bit more expensive, so 50 cents per hour more expensive, but I guess it's also a more spacious car. Oh, that is fair. They charge you 35 cents per kilometer, so that seems fair. Let's see what equals a Renault Zoe. Kia e-Niro. That is also a bit more expensive, so if I would rent that one, 33 cents per kilometer. That's another Zoe. This is a Nissan Leaf. I'm curious about that one. Okay, same costs. This is a really small one. Let's see what that costs. So that's a bit cheaper than electric. Whereas I think, even though this is a smaller car, and of course you pay less money per hour to rent that one, but I still think that the consumption per kilometer is just not fair. You should also, as a platform, provide an incentive for people to go electric, to say, hey, these cars are so much more efficient for driving, because they are just more efficient, you know. They don't convert all the fuel to heat, which petrol cars do. And yeah, this is something which, in my opinion, will need to change to get people really to drive an electric car. But enough with my wheels. We got like the amount of money, like for my case, to drive to Belgium, do my work there, and let's see what it would cost if I would go with the other one, with the e-Golf or the Seat Mi Electric, which I filmed earlier. Let's find it. Where was it? Here, close to the metro station. Yeah, there we go. So let's check the e-Golf. So this price is already even worse, you know. So you will get like a slight discount if you were to have like a subscription, which costs like 10 euros a month, and then you will get less costs per hour and less kilometers costs per hour. But still, it's comparable to, or worse, I would say, than my wheels. So let's see what it would take. I would leave on the 23rd and I would come back the Saturday really late, so let's say 1:30 again or something like that. Oops, this time needs to be a bit earlier. It says the car is reserved anyway, so let's see what we can do to confirm the time and get like an indication of what it would cost. So this is the time. Yeah, this is already outrageous. So we said 330 kilometers. Yeah, that would set me back almost double the amount of money for getting a Renault Zoe, that is. So if these companies were to be really like competitive, they would need to change their prices, because right now, and this is just for a trip, that I'm not even using the car that much. So there are things for making a shared car attractive to people that just need to change. And you know, some of you guys are probably wondering, yeah, I would like to own a car, blah blah blah, which is of course really nice. I would also prefer that, but we are living in a city, and as I showed you in the video, that is quite crowded, lots of parking, lots of cyclists, cars. So yeah, there's not enough place for everybody to own a car, and there's also a lot of public transport. You heard the trams zipping around and making their weird sounds in the corners. So I think this is a great initiative, but it needs to be interesting for people, financially interesting for people too. What the hell? Okay, I just lost. I lost the car, but let's see what it would cost, by the way, for the Xiaomi electric. And by the way, I'm making this trip to my work with a regular petrol car, because earlier that week I also have to go somewhere else, and it's even further. I don't want to get bothered by charging. Unfortunately, that is actually a pity, because I would love to go electric, but right now shared cars are just not very interesting, unfortunately, financially. So at least I gave you guys an insight into what is available in the city. You saw a couple of cars. There's also loads of shared electric scooters, not the ones that you drive on two little small wheels, and if you get hit by a car you die immediately. But you also have like the sturdy ones that can go faster than 45 kilometers an hour, that you will have to wear a helmet for. I drove those also someday. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I will show you a picture of a Felix, as they are called. You have 3 companies in Rotterdam, so you can rent these ones out. And you also have Go Sharing. They are a bit more fragile. And you also have another brand called Check. So there's some competition in there. Although I prefer to bike. It's just more healthy anyway. So and you get some exercise. Yeah. So I hope I provided you with some insights into how things are done in Rotterdam, and how electric cars are becoming more and more available to drive for a day. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. See you!